check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Need some parts over there.
Hold on. Here. Hear that sound?
Got a fan?
But I did turn it off and I still heard it.
Oh,
Mic check 1 2. Yeah, it still here was it. It did turn it off, but it's still going. Which one I did? check 1 2. So after a very good start, it's working. You just the effects need to turn down now. Mic check 1 2 at the moment. So it's 105 for 5 after 17 overs. Not necessarily a very big score at this stage, but they'll be looking to up the tempo for the last 3 overs. Alistair Eiffel still there, and Jermaine looking to. Not a very full delivery. Missed everything, it seems. Take one, or possibly not. Possibly we got an edge on it. Alistair Eiffel helped himself to 2 runs. And Dar bowling. So Alistair here looking to get after the bowling. Now Jermaine is on strike. So only 7 runs from this over number 18, which is, you would say, is our last delivery, good delivery that is, pushed into the offside, no run. And Dar completes over number 18. Only 8 runs, 7 runs off that over. Only 7 runs off that over, I would say at this stage, with 112 runs on the board and 5 wickets down. That was a very good over. 18th over by Dar. I want to see what Captain Demar Johnson would be looking to do for these final 2. He's bringing himself back into the attack. And normally he pace on at this stage. I'm not sure tactically how this will turn out, because so far bowling into the wicket with the slower bowlers seem to have done the trick. As you can see that over with Dar mixing up his pace quite well. Not able to time the ball as easy as earlier. And so it's going to be interesting to see what DeMar does at this stage, putting pace on the ball, meticulously looking to set his leg side field, as Alistair Ifield is very strong through that onside area. And then you look at Ifield, looks extremely focused. He's a experienced campaigner. He knows exactly what's required at this stage. He runs very well between the wickets, but he'll be looking for a few boundaries to push this score up much higher. I don't think 112 will be worrying Chillies too much at this stage. Good delivery into the wicket. Lovely shot through the offside. Past the man at point. They go for one. They go for two comfortably. No chance of a run out. Alistair Eiffel still thinking very hard and long about how he's going to approach these last few deliveries here in this innings. He does not seem to be able to time the ball as best as he normally does. So I think he's really thinking and trying to focus on what he needs to do at this stage. Captain Demar Johnson looking to restrict this Paramount team to a score around about 125. A good delivery following the line. Call wide by the umpire. I think that one was just on the inside of that white line. Very harsh call, I think. Demar Johnson just turn around, walk back to his marker, but I'm pretty sure he's disappointed with that call. Alistair Eiffel again. Delivery hit into the onside, to the man at long on. One run taken. Again, I think Chillies won't mind this at all, because at this stage you would think no boundaries is exactly what Chillies is hoping for. As I welcome my co-commentator Ramon Seeley, who is observing this game. And Seeley, you would think that some boundaries are needed at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. I think Lewis here is going to try to swing, or which he does. Try to get a cheeky single, but Demar is quickly on it.
I would think Demar is quite happy to see those shots not being timed, but I think he'd be concerned himself, considering that what would be a good score on this pitch might not be exactly what we're thinking, considering that they're not able to time the ball as much as they initially did in the beginning of the inning. So we'll see. I guess the early power play will be crucial.
Yeah, for sure. The wicket looks like it's getting a lot slower from the first game into this game. So right now, Paramount might be batting on the best of it. So they'll have to use the conditions as well, though.
Another shot into the onside. That one is up and over. Gone all the way, it seems. Look for the signal from the umpire. It's a 4. Seems to be one bounce into the boundary. Exactly, Lewis looking for the big hit, Ramon. And as we were just saying, the wicket was slowing up. That was a good shot through the onside for a boundary. Well needed at this stage, I would say.
For sure. I think, as you said earlier, they were struggling to get away the spinners on this pitch. Bringing back the pace might not have been the best idea, but Demar does have some slower deliveries that he tries to use, so maybe he needs to go back to that to maybe utilize the pitch a little bit as best as he can.
I think you're right, because that's the only delivery in this over that had full pace on it. That's another one, but that one went through much quicker than Lewis anticipated. And one for the over signal by the umpire. I think Demar is trying to mix his pace up. And with one delivery to go, Ramon, what do you think? Slower delivery?
That's what I would do, but maybe Lewis might be thinking the same thing. So
That's a good That's a good point. That's a good point. But let's see what Demar pulls out the hat. This ball pace on, hitting to the offside. They take one.
They get two. They might get two.
They might get two.
Sloppy from Chillies there.
Yeah, I would think at this stage you want to be restricting as much as you can. Every run that is added to the score poses another challenge for Chillies.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on this pitch, 120 might seem like a low score, but if they put the balls in the right areas, it can be a bit challenging.
And it's clear that pace off is exactly what is needed. And so we see where
Who's gonna bowl this last over here?
it looks like Larry has the ball in his hand, but we're again pace off is probably the way to go here. I would imagine.
That one working?
So it looks like Larry will bowl this final over. Again, tugged into the onside, not beating that man at deep mid wicket. Again, Ramon into the wicket, not able to time it.
Yeah, I think also Ali's been batting the full innings. The sun is pretty hot, so I think he is a bit tired now. He is an old veteran that's very reliable, but I think age can sometimes catch up to us, especially if we're not playing as consistently as we have been previously.
I agree, and this West Bay heat is no joke. So they can expect teammates could probably bring out some refreshments.
Yeah.
Swing into the onside, Lewis
Lewis looking for two.
looking for two
But I
here.
don't know if Ali can do it.
Yeah, but I feel turns him back for multiple reasons. I would say Alistair is the more senior player at this stage. So looking to take most of the delivery is also an option here for Paramount. But I think, with as we discussed earlier, the heat is quite draining, and he's probably not in the mood to take a
Yeah.
second run.
For sure, because Ali's not a quick runner between the wickets, so for him to be turning it on twos, he must be tired.
Yes.
It's another good shot there from him, but as you say, in this stage now, we need or Paramount needs boundaries if they want to get up to a score that's above par.
I agree. I think, to be fair, if they were able to push the score to 130, 135, which I think they'll get to about 130, it is a challenging score on this pitch.
Yeah,
It's not able to time it. They're not able to time the ball.
for sure. And as the ball gets older, as you said, the power play will be crucial in this run chase. As the ball gets older, it gets softer and a lot harder to get the boundaries. So it'll be about who can control or dominate that power play. Could definitely decide this game.
Well, I think Ramon Chillies, they are better players at the top of the innings, so I would think they would be looking to go hard, Sachin and those guys. So you're absolutely right. The power play will be the crucial stage of the return for this chase of this one, however Paramount gets.
For sure. The only thing is, Paramount's best bowlers are there. You have Conroy, you have Ali. I'm not sure if Stickman is in there today, but they will be also looking to contain them, because if they can't contain them, then it'll be a lot harder for Chile to chase this one. 127 at the moment, but we'll see what they end up on.
I agree, and I believe I saw Romario Edwards, who is also. Oh, big shot in the air. Looks like it's going to settle, and it's taken on the long on boundary. Easy catch. A little bit of showboating, but I tell you what, he was well in control of that catch. And Lewis had to go. It was the last delivery of the over anyway. A fantastic last over there by Larry. Restricting, only singles, no boundaries. And at this stage in a T20 match, you would think that is good going.
And a wicket as well.
And a wicket as well. So fantastic bowling there by Larry. I tell you what, 127 seems not a big score, but I believe it could be challenging with this Paramount bowling attack. It's going to be interesting to see what the run chase is going to be like, Ramon.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested. It's going to be an exciting game, and that's what we want out here. As you said, their top order is pretty strong. They depend on them a lot, so it'll be the onus is on them now to see if they can capitalize on the new hard ball, and see if they can get them off to a good start.
Well, as you can see at the summary here, Alistair Eiffel, who carried his bat all the way and not out on 67 off 61 deliveries. And at the end, you could see him tiring a lot in the sun, but he did quite well to get his team to a respectable total. Larry bowling that fantastic last over and was rewarded with the last wicket of Lewis. Ended with the lovely figures of 4 overs, 17 runs, 3 wickets. Fantastic by Larry. And of course, Brian chipping in 1 for 21 and Captain Demar Johnson 1 for 26. You would think that either team would be think it's hanging in the balance here, Ramon. I'm not sure anyone thinks that they're going away with this game at this point. As you rightly said earlier, this is a kind of competitive game we want to be seeing here at the West Bay Oval.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do think that Chili's probably think they have the upper hand. Anytime you need a runner ball in T20 cricket, you should feel that you're in with a chance or a better chance than the fielding team. But anything can happen. You get if Paramount get a few early wickets, the pressure then gets back on Chili's buying lineup to see what they can do. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm looking forward to it.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think when you got a game that's so evenly balanced in a sense, even though one team might think a runner ball in T20 they have the advantage, I think Paramount with their bowling attack will be thinking that a few early wickets put the pressure on Chili's. The game could look more in their favor considering later on it's not so easy to time the ball. So as you mentioned in commentary, that the power play will be crucial. I think if Chili's go out there and go after the bowling very early and they get off to a flying start, I think that will be where the game is either won or lost. If they try to bat deep down in the innings, it may become very difficult to time the ball. And with this Paramount team, very experienced, it's going to be a real challenge. So I say tune in. We're going to take a short break and come back with the chase from Chillies as they respond to this 128 runs made by Paramount 2 at the Jimmy Powell Oval. Fantastic evening for cricket. See some of the families turning up to the amenities and getting some lovely jerk meat and food from the amenities area. Fantastic to come on down and enjoy the cricket. And just to let you know that there's a game being streamed from the Smith Road Cricket Oval, and K Sport 360 is pushing out both games live and direct. Fantastic for Cayman Cricket to be able to publicize the local sport this kind of way. So we're very, very pleased with what we're able to accomplish. High quality streaming, good quality cricket. And join us in a few short minutes when we start to stream the response from Chillies to Paramount's 128. Welcome back to the Jimmy Powell Oval, Ramon. What a lovely evening for cricket, and as we seek to watch this response by the Chillies Cricket Club to Paramount's 128, and I believe Romario Edwards looking to take first strike, Sachin to face up to Romario.
Yes, this will be a very good battle here to start this second innings here for the Chili's cricket team. They've gone with Pete Johnson, his opening partnership. He will look to get after the bowling as well. So it's up to Romario Edwards now to use his experience and bowling knowledge to limit what Chili's can do to hopefully put Paramount in a good spot. But Sachin is a quality batsman, so anything can happen, and we know how dangerous he can be. Here's the first ball.
Absolutely. Romario. Oh, good start. Plays into the offside. Good single taken there by Sachin. And I tell you what, as we mentioned earlier in commentary, we're going to be interesting to see. I think that's the reason Pete Johnson is there, to take advantage of the new ball. You know, I'm pretty sure Captain Demar Johnson must realize that later on in the innings, the ball gets softer. It's more difficult to get the balls away. So I'm assuming he's sending Pete to go after the bowling quite early.
Yeah, that's for sure. Pete can definitely hit a long ball, so definitely DeMar is probably looking to utilize that strength of Pete early on. DeMar can also hit it, but I think he'd want to save himself for a little bit later so that he can kind of control the innings, hopefully, for the Chili's cricket team.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think it's a win. It's a no loss situation. If Pete goes after the ball and gets a few runs here early, certainly would put Chillies in a good position. Romario Edwards, beautiful delivery.
So definitely great ball there from Romario Edwards. As we've seen recently in the recently concluded World Cup qualifiers, he was a key bowler for Cayman Islands, picking up wickets at crucial times and doing the hard work for the team. So we're not surprised to see him bowling that hard length. Let's see if he can continue and what Pete Johnson can do to counteract that as well.
Yeah, he is the kind of player that thinks a lot about his bowling and about his cricket in general. And so he does keep himself to pretty high standards. So we expect him to bowl with good deliveries at the start here. Again, a lovely delivery in the air. Falls safely.
There's a chance of a run out, but the wicketkeeper has missed the ball. So Pete Johnson scumpers through for a single to get off the mark. He looks a bit nervous. He looks a bit nervous out there. But he's gone off the mark. Maybe that will calm some of those nerves, and hopefully he can continue to do what he has been doing previously.
A good delivery there by, well, I tell you what, Romario Edwards into the wicket early. Usually he goes very full and tries to bowl those Yorkers, but I think he's recognized that using this pitch will play to his advantage. So into the wicket and squared Pete Johnson up. And I tell you what, there was a chance for a catch. Then there was a chance for a run out. A comedy of errors there. Wide, hit through the offside, beat the man at cover. Only one, they have a sweep on the boundary area.
Well bowled again from Romario Edwards. It looks like Sachin is looking for anything close to him, but Romario using his brains, bowled it a little bit wider, and Sachin has not been able to counteract him just as yet. We'll see how he goes, continue through this over.
Absolutely. And Romario Edwards definitely using all his experience here. Pete Johnson sent out there to attack this Paramount bowling.
So far, he has not been able to.
What a beauty.
I don't know if it's due to the brilliance of Romario Edwards or if he's just playing a little bit nervous at the moment. But
well, he's getting the ball to shape away, though, so it's not easy for someone who stands on leg stump trying to hit. It's not easy to do that because the ball is just holding and seaming away a little bit off the surface.
That's very true. But as a captain, if you send him out to do a job, I think you kind of live by the sword, die by the sword with him. I think that's something that with the CSK, I know it's a bit different scenario, but with CSK, Mahendra Singh Dhoni used to send out Dwayne Smith, and he wanted to play one way.
Into the air, into the onside for one.
It's a good shot there by Pete Johnson, looking for two. Looks like he wants to get back at Romario Edwards here.
I tell you what, Romario Edwards is bowling quite well. This over so far, only 4 runs.
So excellent start there for Paramount, putting some pressure back on to Chillies. Let's see if they can follow it up with the next over.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic start here by Romario Edwards. We did highlight him as one of the main bowlers for Paramount, so we expect him to hit those areas very early, and that he did. He's getting the ball to shape away nicely from the right-hander. And with the stance that Pete has, where he's standing towards the leg side of the delivery, it's going to be very difficult. I think tactically he may need to get across to that off stump and try to get a little bit closer to those deliveries in order to get bat on ball.
Yeah, for sure. It's also a side note is that Romario Evans used to play for Chile, so I'm sure he's very familiar with how everyone wants to bat, and he's using that knowledge of them to also counter out what they might want to do.
That insider information is always important, right?
For sure, especially in this cricket.
Absolutely. It's a mind game, this sport, and that's one of the beauty about this cricket. It's one of those sports where it plays with your mind more so than anything else. And when you get to a certain level, skills become secondary to what the mind can accomplish. And so here we've got a bowling. So coming from that far end, the proposed school end, looks like Tavon.
It's an interesting choice here from the captain. They do have the wily veteran of Conroy Wright as well in the shed, so this guy must be doing something right if they're going to go with him instead of Conroy, because we all do know Conroy can get the ball to shape away as well, just like how Romario Edwards was. So it's interesting to see that they've gone with this guy. So let's see what he has with his first ball. He's running in to Pete Johnson. Oh, Pete strokes the ball lovely through the covers. Only for one, though.
Again, picked up there by Lewis. And they still can't really time the ball as much as they would like, I think.
Yeah, the pitch, as we said in that innings, is like it's going on the slower side, so you kind of have to really watch the ball onto your butt and wait for the ball to come to you. It's not easy out there, but if Paramount are if Chillies are really gonna look to try and chase the score down, they kind of have to get a move here in the power play, because once the power play goes and the fielding spreads, then it's going to be a lot more difficult as the ball gets older and softer.
Absolutely, and you can see even at this early stage, it's still not easy to get it away. Up in there, fantastic shot that is. Gone all the way for 6. What a shot that was, Ramon.
It's brilliant there from Sachin to just stand up and punch him back over his head like that for 6. It shows the class that he does have.
This guy.
Something special. He can be something special. On his day, he can tear apart any bowling at that.
Because that's not an easy shot to play. On a wicket that's not really as true, he just stood up, smashed it dismissively all the way for 6.
I don't think that was the right length and line there from Tavan either. I think he knows how to adjust. He's now gone around the wicket. Let's see if he can adjust his line and length to counter out what Sachin is trying to do here.
Absolutely. It comes again. Oh, lovely delivery.
Definitely has. And he's a little bit of a send-off as well. He's gone straight to Sachin and hits the middle stump. That's a huge blow to the Chillies lineup now. One of the premier batsmen is gone.
I tell you what, Ramon, it's a sight every fast bowler wants to see. Stumps flying,
and no
bails
batsman wants
everywhere.
to hear. No batsman wants to hear.
I tell you what, it was some good cricket there, though. I mean, after being hit for a 6, dismissively, went around the wicket immediately and gave the batsman a send-off just to show his class, to say, listen, I'm in charge out here. And to be fair, that was not a very good shot by Sachin. It was quite loose.
Yes, for sure. Definitely a great ball, though. The top of off, middle, or leg is a bowler's dream. That's the area, the line, the length that you're looking for. So for him to hit that now is you can show that he knows what he's doing. As you said, he came back well after being hit for 6 to get that crucial wicket, because Sachin is a very important member of this Chillies lineup.
Yeah, that's a huge blow to this Chillies lineup. He's a crucial member of the team, a crucial player at the top of the innings. And if he gets off, he could take apart most teams. So getting this wicket is huge for Paramount. I tell you what, quite a send-off he gave him as well. I mean, getting around the wicket. I tell you what, I do enjoy seeing, as a neutral, very good cricket. And I think that was smart cricket to go around the wicket immediately. Did not wait to change his tactics, realized that he wasn't going to get it right to such a fine player. Went around the wicket, Ramon, and immediately got his reward.
Yeah, but the job isn't done yet. He has to continue this ball to the next batsman, Shamindo, who is Sachin's brother, if I'm not mistaken. So he needs to continue to do the same thing, hit that line and length, and see if he can get the same results.
Another left-hander to the crease. He's sticking with the same tactic, going around the stumps to bowl to the left-hander. He does have a little bit more pace than you realize.
Yes, for sure. I haven't seen him play much, but you can see him really coming through on the wicket. That's not the quickest. He's still coming through to the ball, to the keeper quite quickly and hitting the gloves really hard.
Well, I tell you what, if he's bowling ahead of Conroy Wright, he must have something special, because Conroy is the premier fast bowler in the Cayman Islands and the entire cricket scene, so he must have something special.
Yeah, he does like a good little decent bowler. As I said, look at that coming through once again, hitting that line, hitting that length. Captain's dream when you have a bowler here who can hit that line and length and you can set a field for it. So Tavan is doing well, really well here this over. He's got a wicket. 7 runs off of it, 1-6 though. So after, as you say, he adjusted his plan. I know it seems like it's going to a lot better than it was.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't wait. That's the important point here. Again, that might be a wide. He's certainly getting the ball to nip off the surface a bit quicker than he looks.
Yeah, for sure. But as a captain, you can live with that because he's sticking to the plan. You can live with wides on one side, but you don't want it to be all over the place. So as a captain, I think Codner would be quite happy with what's happening so far. And now it's just for them to continue that plan and see what's going to happen now next.
Well, you, Ramon, a captain yourself. I can't put it any better than you just did, because that is true. He's sticking to a plan on the offside.
He's gone straight to him. Definitely.
What a
definitely a bowler, for sure. He's come through ahead of Conroy Ryan, taking 2 brilliant ball down this over.
Almost identical deliveries as well. It was, again, we mentioned in commentary that he seems to be a bit quicker than you realize, and he rushed. The 2 players now both look a little bit shocked when the delivery went through them. He is a little quicker than you realize, and I think both players got a similar delivery.
It's quite surprising because he's faced, 2-3 balls from him, so he should have picked up that he's a bit quicker. If the fact that he hasn't is a knock on him, to be honest. But no knock on the ball. He's putting the balls in the right areas. It's coming through off the pitch, and it's put Chillies now in a very uncomfortable position. 12 for 2. I see they've sent out Ramen, so it looks like Captain DeMar Johnson is trying to save himself back so that he can hopefully take over the game a little bit later. But will it be too late is the question.
Not the start that Chillies wanted. 2 down already, and 2 very good players back in the hut. Pete Johnson still there, the pitch hitter that was sent out to take apart the bowling. So far, that has not materialized. 2 overs gone, 12 runs on the board, 2 wickets. It would say Paramount would feel much better of the 2 teams at this stage.
As he said during the break, early wickets can change things. The Chillies might have thought, yeah, we're in with this game, we should be winning this, but 2 early wickets now have put them on the back foot, and now it's up for them to try to rebuild and see what they can do here from here on out.
Absolutely. Here we go, Romario again. Into that area, good length again. Quick single taken there. Picked up by Lewis in the mid-wicket area. You might see him later on in bowling his little off breaks.
That's for sure. He is a dangerous bowler as well, so if they don't get away here now, it could be tough for them because there's Lewis, Conroy, and Ali still left to bowl.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I don't think this is going to plan for Chillies at the moment.
Definitely not.
Pete is not getting away. He's 3 off 5.
Now they're asking a player, Ramen, to come in and do a job for them as well, who's not really a big hitter, but you see what he can do. Tucked into the leg side. Lewis picks up. He's been in the action pretty much all the game so far, Lewis. He's finished the game off with Ali and the batsman. Now in the field, he's been a target for the batsman.
It seems like the ball just keep finding him wherever he goes.
It may be one of those days for him.
Absolutely.
You see how he handles it.
I tell you what, Rahman is at the crease, but I think Chillies may have just realized that maybe it's time to just sort of just get a partnership going and see where it takes us.
It's smart thinking, but you also do have to try to score runs. That's a wide ball there from our Edwards, but we do have to hopefully he can take the runs over as well while staying there. Partnerships are important, but you don't want the run rate climbing too high because it started at 6. It's still at 6.45 right now, but you don't want that getting to 8, 9 and over where now you have to play the big shots consistently against a very good bowling attack.
Yeah, they got to keep their eye on that run rate. And T20 means everything.
Mario Edwards into bowl. Oh, swing and a miss.
Not a good delivery outside the off stump by Romario Edwards. He's definitely bowling well.
I must commend Paramount here. They do have a youngster on the field. That's right now that third man. He's short third man. He's a fiery little character from what I've heard. He doesn't back down, so hopefully they'll be able to get him into the action a little bit as well and see what he can produce out here for them.
Yeah, he plays for the under 14s, and he's in this Paramount team today. So that's Dahavian, one of the young prospects for Cayman Islands. I saw him in the tour to Argentina last year, and certainly one for the future. Given an opportunity here today by Paramount to rub shoulders with the big boys, and so good for him.
Yeah, it's lovely to see that. It's a good initiative from the board as well, where the youngsters, if they don't have a game with the Cayman Academy team, that they can play with teams around the league because the more and just to cut that, Romario Edwards got jealous of Tavan and takes the wicket himself.
I tell you what, we spoke earlier. He looks for those Yorkers very early, and that was a beauty of a delivery. It was through Rahman before he even knew that the ball was up to him. Clean bowled.
He looked quite stunned. Like he was asking the umpire, "Did it bowl me?" he stood out there for a while. I mean, as a batsman, once you hear that, you just start walking. But it's as if he wasn't sure if he got bowled or not. But for Mario Edwards, as we said, looking up for those Yorkers, he found it to this batsman, got it on target, and went straight through him. Chillies are in a huge amount of problems now.
Yeah, this is problems now for Chillies, and I tell you what, it's a really good start here by Paramount, and Captain Demar Johnson has decided that he needs to take control of the situation and making sure he goes to the crease now. His usual game plan is to hit the ball, but normally in this scenario, you will believe he would need to sort of create a partnership with himself and Pete Johnson, and then maybe bat down deeper into the innings in order to build some respectability to the score at 15 for 3. There's no point in taking any risk at this stage.
Yeah, for sure. It's time for him now to settle down, take a few deliveries to see what's going on with the pitch. It's not an easy pitch to just come out here and start swinging, so let's see if he can mature enough to say, no, let me take this on for my team. Let's try to take this deep as we can, as some of our coaches would say, our previous coaches would say, and dig in and dig deep and go deep into this game to see if we can get as close to this target as we can. It's not going to be easy, but as a captain now, it's up for him to stand up. Oh, brilliant ball from Romario Edwards there, but he squeezed it out for a single. Off the mark there.
Those Yorkers from Romario Edwards are quite good. He's known for them, and so I'm not surprised that he's pulled them out the hat now. I think he started off going into the wicket, got some success, but then went back to what he's normally known for. And I think that first delivery to get up front, well played in the end by Demar, but a very good delivery to get up front by Romario. Into the wicket, cut through the offside. Good fielding there, still able to get one. Looks like Umrai at the point for Paramount. I want to say a big shout out to our cameraman Ethan. Only 15 years old and handling the cameras. Awesome work by the young man. Doing the ball tracking for Cayman Cricket and doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, for sure. Sure, a lot of the players would also love that aspect of it. It's been a long time coming in the Cayman Cricket that we can stream our cricket and get some highlights for ourselves. We've been playing for years, but we're going to go and hearsay. No, we actually have evident proof of what's really been happening down here. But so thanks to young Ethan for showing the commitment and the passion that he wants to learn all aspects of the game. He's another young aspiring cricketer in the Cayman Islands. So now that he's taken out his video production, we hope we can get more help so that we can do this every week.
Well said there, Ramon. As not seeing the change to the over, however, it looks like Devon is the one that's bowling continuing from the far end here at the Jimmy Powell Oval. And I would like to also support what you just said. I think when you have the youngsters showing this kind of keen interest, you've got to develop that talent and give them the opportunity. And certainly Ethan today has put his hand up and gave his services to managing the video production, and I'm very happy to see that. I think Ricardo Roach, who is in the Smith Road field, also very happy to hear that Ethan was working with us today. So very pleased for the young man. He's doing a fantastic job, and kudos to him, and well done to Cayman Cricket for giving him the opportunity to show his skills.
Yeah, but back to the game, it's an interesting tactic here from Tavan. I know the around the wicket worked to the left-handers, but he's continued it to the right-handers, looking to cramp them up. So far, he's bowled 2 wides, and as I say that, he's now gone over the wicket.
I must have heard you. Usually it's the commentator's curse, but in this case, I think you've explained yourself very well, and he has gone back over the wicket now. Good delivery.
Better line and left there.
Comes hesitation.
Chance of a run up, but he slips down as he picks up the ball. But as I said, it's a better line and left. I think he's able to control it a little bit better. I think it is the right move to try and cramp the batsman, but coming around the wicket, you really do have very little margin for error.
Absolutely. And in a game where you're, to be fair, while it's not easy to score, scoring is not far-fetched. It's still just about a run a ball to get. So a partnership here can prove to be very important for Chillies. Paramount can't afford to just relax down the leg side.
Good stop there by the wicketkeeper there, Foster. I would have liked to be a little bit cleaner, but he got something on it to stop it from going for 4.
Certain 4, because he is bowling with a little bit of pace. That would have definitely made its way to the fence. Oh, that one hit high and handsome for 4. Lovely shot that by Demar. You just don't want to be bowling those sort of loose deliveries to him. And Tavan was bowling quite well, but that one was just too full. And Captain Demar Johnson just helped himself to a shot straight back over the bowler's head for 4. Demar is not the kind of player you want to be giving those deliveries to. He will dispatch them. Tavan, who has been bowling well so far. Oh, up in the air. That one is gone in, landed safely. Might make its way to the boundary. It does. And some fortuitous, but the result is what Captain Demar Johnson was looking for. And even though it was top-edged, it had enough legs on it to get to the boundary for 4. Again, the results is what is important to Demar. and he's got a 6 under 4 in this over. So, and then again, so Chillies is taking control of this over so far, as he had 3 wides in total, maybe 5 wides in total, a 4 and a 6. No, 2 4s back to back.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good over here um for the Chillies team here, and that ball has gone through and gone for another 4.
Another boundary.
It's very unlucky on the ball. There's a bit of sloppy fielding there from the fielder, as we talked about him earlier, Conroy Ray. But it's now up to the bowler now to see if he can utilize that extra delivery. There was a little bit of a mix-up as well, so there could have been a run-out if he had picked that up cleanly.
Well, Demar's bravery is proven to be important here because he took a chance. That was not a bad delivery, but he got the desired result.
I think it is important for DeMar to go after this over because they do have to take advantage of the power play, as we talked about earlier. They don't have the wickets in hand, but that's a good delivery. So yeah, it's important for them to utilize this over. Is now brought them back up to about 10 and over. So now it's for them to continue going on. DeMar, we thought he might try to work a partnership with Pete Johnson. It looked like he's doing the opposite and just continue with the game plan of trying to get ahead of the game.
I think DeMar, his instinct is to be attacking. So you can understand him not just rolling over and building pressure. I guess sometimes the best form of defense is attack and to take control of this game. And I believe he backed himself to, to dominate this Paramount bowling.
Definitely he definitely does back himself. And I don't think Paramount would be too upset about that because he's swinging very hard. So one error from him can bring them the wicket that they definitely need or want at this stage in the game.
Yeah, I think what the captain would need to say to his team, Paramount, is that, listen, this game of cricket, a partnership is sometimes allowed. You can't lose focus, just stick with it, and when that chance comes, you want to make sure you're ready. A player like DeMar Johnson does have the ability to take the game away from you, so you don't want to be letting up and giving up or not sticking with the focus on the game plan. And he's going to be taking chances, so all you need to do as a team is to just ensure that when that chance comes, you're ready. Otherwise, DeMar would just help himself to making runs. He has made big scores. He has already scored 100 this season, so he is in good form. And is not the kind of player that you want to be letting up.
And now here's a man of the moment. We talked about earlier, the wily veteran corner right back into the top now to replace Romario Edwards. Let's see if he can continue the good job that Romario Edwards has provided so far in the first few overs of his power play. He's bowling to Pete Johnson, so he now needs to use all of his tactical notes to utilize his pitch as best as he can to either get the wicket here and put some more pressure on Chillies or to restrict them as little as he can.
Well, there's a slight momentum shift for Chillies, and so some luck, a little bit of luck here, and a few good shots have sort of grabbed a little bit of the initiative. I know they're by no means out the woods yet, but good start there by Conroy Wright.
Swing was way too easy a little bit. I think Lewis has to squeeze a little bit. I know it's not easy at times, but you do want to keep Pete Johnson on strike as much as possible. The more DeMar faces, the more he gets in, the more he's seeing the ball, and the more destructive he will be able to be.
Yeah, a little bit of game awareness is important. If you have a player that's on strike that is not hitting the ball, you don't want to be getting the other player back on strike who is a much more dangerous player. I'm sure Conroy Wright would not be happy with that single.
And then again from the pavilion, then into DeMar. DeMar swings and misses again. It's a lovely delivery from Conroy. That hard length that a lot of bowling coaches talk about. It's not easy to play balls from that area. So the veteran is using his brain here, knowing Conroy as well. Knowing DeMar as well, he knows where he should and shouldn't put the ball to him.
But if there's ever a Rolls Royce of bowling, it's Conroy Wright. He's so easy on the eyes, very smooth action, gets the ball to naturally go away from the batsman. That's beautiful to watch. Lovely action he has. Again, hitting his areas. For one.
Yep, Demar swinging away very hard at the ball. So as I said earlier, it only takes one mistake and the ball can go to Han. He can miss. So Conroy putting the ball in the right areas here.
Viewer discretion advised. In case you overhear anything on the microphone, we're streaming live here. Good delivery.
Good.
Late played by Pete Johnson.
A good hand on the ball from the wicketkeeper as well to keep that from going for 4 as well. Did he get an edge on that?
Yeah, absolutely. He played it really late. I almost came off the face of the bat. As you can see there, Chillies still ahead of Paramount at this stage, but the wickets crucial.
This partnership here is very crucial for Paramount. They have to bat very deep because I'm not very sure who. Oh, what a delivery from corner right. And even Romario Edwards here on the ground. Can't believe that's Mr. Stumps.
He's on his knees. He's on his knees in disbelief.
It's as if he was bowling the delivery, but it's missed it. He has survived, and now you have to go again.
Romario Edwards living vicariously at the moment through Conroy Wright. Could not believe he was on his knees, willing the ball to hit the stumps, but missed everything on the way through to the keeper.
All right, running in now. Oh, he's bowled him. Pete Johnson's played on to the stumps. And Alistair Eiffel running in to celebrate with Conor Wright and gives Pete a hug to console him. I don't know if that's going to make him feel any better. But they are good friends, so I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Conroy Wright with his excellent start to his spell. 4 runs so far of his over. Last delivery there, getting rid of the dangerous Pete Johnson. And I was saying how smooth and easy he is on the eyes when he's bowling. Conroy Wright does not look to be exerting too much energy when he approaches the crease and naturally gets the ball to swing away. And for rewarded here for a very good start to his spell. Fantastic delivery. Just gave Pete no room at all. And in trying to play it back through the offside, just only was able to play it onto his stumps. But the reward, Conroy Wright, now 1 over 4 runs, 1 wicket. And Chillies are in further problems at this stage. 39 for 4 after the power play.
I think there's one more over in the power play. But they are still in trouble. Again, that may have been a comment in this course earlier. They said Pete Johnson and Demar Johnson would have been crucial to this run chase here. But with Pete now going, it's now on a former national team player, 2 former national team players, Anubhav Dar and Demar Johnson, to see if they can guide this Chillies run chase home. But it's not going to be easy. And they've now turned to the other veteran in the team, Alistair Eiffel, who's a fiery little character. He's gritty, and he knows what he's doing with the ball in hand. So let's see what happens here.
It's not going to be easy to face him on this pitch either, because he doesn't get the ball to bounce much. And so it's going to be difficult to pick him up off length.
So a quick single. Oh, unlucky there, young Cardinal.
That's the youngster Dahavian. And it was challenged there by Demar Johnson for a single. Alistair Eiffel still going to continue over the wicket to the left-handed Dar. Was a lot of sliders and googlies. Alistair. Good start there, Dar, just pushing that one into the offside. Not a good delivery again. No run. So two dot balls. Alistair, I feel, continuing the good work by the opening bowlers. Down the leg side, that one might be called a wide, not sure. Maybe he got a bat onto it. Leg by signal by umpire Zitroy. One delivery to go. So far, Alistair, I feel, will be very happy with how this over has gone for Paramount and his start to his spell. Continues over the wicket to the right hand. Demar Johnson swing and a miss. Alistair Eiffel, another dot ball in this over. Four dot balls, a leg by and a single. You have to say that Paramount are truly on top here. 6 overs gone, 41 runs, but 4 wickets down for Chillies team. Not ideal. Not much left in the hut to come. You would think that these two would have to bat pretty deep into this innings to get Chillies closer to this 128. I would think that Demar Johnson and Dar will need to bat much deeper into this innings. Short, Conroy Wright pulled away for 4. Lovely shot by Dar. That one was just asking to be hit. It was just about shoulder height, and Dar stood up tall, swung the bat through the onside for 4. And the first time Conroy Wright has missed his length. And again, maybe the left and right hand combination may be what Chillies require at this stage to help to upset this very good Paramount bowling attack. 45, still not out the woods yet, but you would think that these two players are the real key to Chillies chasing down the score. Good delivery. Conroy Wright back on target again. Well played there, Dar, but again, Conroy Wright very rarely misses his length. Good delivery again. Through the offside. Quick single looking for Demar Johnson. Possible chance of a run out. Quick single there. Almost a run out chance. Not a good delivery there. Dar now looking very solid. Not taking any chances at this stage. They've already lost 4 wickets, so there's really no need And the run rate hasn't really gone anywhere. It's still just run a ball to get to that total. So there's really no need to take any massive risks at this stage. I think Chillies really just need to put together a partnership at this stage and then look to capitalize whenever there's a loose over. So far, Dar has looked pretty positive, but certainly good in there. Good delivery by Conroy. Yorker length dug out by Dar. Conroy Wright obviously looking to get another wicket here. Went for a full and straight delivery. Looking to beat Dar for pace. Another full delivery. Playing a miss through the offside by Dar. Dot ball to finish. So 5 dot balls after that 4. Shows the experience of the man Conroy Wright. He didn't panic. Got hit for a boundary in the first delivery, but then came back and bowled 5 dot deliveries. I don't think that's. I think Captain Jeremiah Johnson must be saying to Dar that, listen, we should be looking for the single if we can't get the boundaries. And again, Conroy Wright just showing his experience. Adjusted his line right away after that first delivery. Made sure that he was back on target in the good areas. And end up with only 4 runs from the over. And I would think he doesn't mind at this stage. As long as there are no boundaries being hit on a regular basis, Paramount would think that it's going to be getting harder for Chillies. Good delivery by Alistair. I feel he's bowled him. Absolutely cleaned him up. And that was quite against the run of play with Demar Johnson. Alistair Eiffel, a very smart, clever bowler, seems to just fire that one in. He does get the ball to dip, so the extra revs on the delivery may have been the undoing of Demar Johnson. Seemed very shocked when the ball went through him. And Alistair Eiffel celebrates. And that was a huge, huge blow at this stage now to Chillies and their chances of getting to that total of 120. You would think Captain Demar Johnson would have been crucial to this run chase. But again, the experience of the Paramount bowlers showing here, because Alistair Eiffel hit his length and this just went fuller, but put a lot of revs and venom on that delivery and it dipped and clean bowled him. And Demar Johnson was absolutely shocked, could not believe his eyes. And Alistair Eiffel celebrates with his team members. Another good wicket. Another blow to Chillies' run chase. A huge one at that. That partnership was going to be crucial to this run chase, and Captain Demar Johnson is now gone.
Yeah, it's not looking very good for them at the moment. The run rate is climbing back up over 6 again. It was at 5.5 while Demar was there, but as you said, the ball is getting older. They're not timing it well, so they now have to try to pick up these singles here and there. Dot balls are key for Paramount. It's now up to Chillies to restrict the dot balls.
And you know what, Ramon, I believe that wicket was as a result of that over from Conroy Wright. After Dar hit that boundary, should be looking to get off strike, get a single. He ended up, Conroy, with 5 dot balls in that over, and it built a little bit of pressure and a change in mindset. Demar Johnson was trying to look for the single in that over and didn't get it. Quick single taken, and this is what's probably was required.
Yes, for sure.
Put the ball into the gap, take the single, then look to capitalize when the loose delivery comes.
Yeah, that's going to be quite key now for Chillies here, if they can at least limit the dot balls, get singles here and there, and put away the bad balls or turn good deliveries into 2s and 4s. But Paramount have really put on the squeeze here and really look up for the job now.
Another
That's
Good
another good
delivery.
delivery there. Ali, as we said, a very good veteran. What's what? Five, two off the over?
Yep. So
Have
he's
we
bowled
missed?
2 overs now. He's got 1 wicket for 2 runs.
Have we missed the ball?
Not
I
sure.
see 1.5 under here on the overs, but I guess it's up for the scores and the umpires to figure out.
Yep. I think we may have missed a delivery here, but they'll figure it out at some stage. However, as it stands, 46 for 5 after 8 overs, and I think the more happy of the two teams at this stage is Paramount, knowing that it's going to get more difficult when the ball gets softer later on in the innings, and just that Chillies have just been just about a run a ball right through the chase so far, but the wickets have been a big problem for them, and they've lost a big chunk of their top players already.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for them. Knowing the squad, I'm not sure they have very much big hitters down the order, so it was on the onus of the top order to try and get them where they needed to be. But Paramount have bowled wonderfully here today, and have put themselves in a brilliant position here to win this game.
And Lewis, as we spoke earlier, is now into the attack. He's bowling his off break, going around the wicket to the right hander. Very interesting tactic here by Lewis, starting right away around the wicket. A full delivery, squirted off into the offside.
Done
Quick
very well there,
single.
Umbrai.
And I think that is what was needed in that previous partnership. These quick singles does upset the fielding team.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that we, as associate cricketers and cricket here in the local cricket, we need to understand game situations and we do have the power to hit the boundaries, the fours, the sixes, but we need to understand that the game is not only about that. We need to rotate strike a little bit better and get off a strike when we do dominate a bowler. So wide delivery there by Lewis.
Not a good delivery, that, but to your point, and that's why playing at the highest level is important consistently. Gear and awareness is something you develop with experience. Full delivery hit through the offside, just for one. But to continue your point, Ramon, is one of the challenges of associate level cricket. If you're not exposed to a high level, high intensity, high quality cricket consistently, and that's an area that does not really get developed.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's where now, in this level, that should translate here. If we know, especially the national team players, we know what we're aiming for when we go away. So it's now up to us to try to utilize our skills here and to make sure that we're rotating a strike here in our level of cricket. Because if we can't rotate it here, there's no way that we're going to be able to rotate it when we go to the higher level.
That is a much higher level, the standard, once you move from this level cricket to international cricket. Swing and a miss.
How was that missed the stumps there? Emil Bryan is not usually a big hitter of the ball, so I'm quite surprised here to see that he's trying to swing for the fences, basically. I guess that's what pressure does for you.
Absolutely. I think it's more of the pressure situation, Ramon. I think seeing his team struggling at 49 for 5 after 9 overs, is batting out of character now, looking for that boundary that's not coming.
That's a brilliant over there by Lewis. 3 runs off of it. They've moved to pretty quickly. And now Paramount are well in control of this game.
Yeah, I have to agree. Most certainly the happy of the two teams at this stage, putting the squeeze on. Most of the better players in the hut for Chillies. Dar now has to take the responsibility as a farmer. Well, still in the national program, but certainly one of the better players in the Chillies team. Needs to take control of the situation and maybe have a word with Emil to not go after the deliveries at this stage. Just look to rotate the strike and let him take charge. And Dar does have the ability to hit the ball well. So this is an opportunity for him to show what he's made of. In the air, it's caught. What a good catch that was.
Oh, it's a very good catch, but did it bounce before him? That they seem to be claiming it, but it's up to the umpires to make the decision. But Dar is walking. It did look kind of close, but I guess we'll find out shortly. I wish we had a bit of replay, but Dar is walking. It seems like he's out, and that's a huge blow.
huge blow. And we said in commentary that Dar needs to take control of this innings to try and get Chillies closer to this total. And now he's gone. And now, really and truly, Paramount is in the driver's seat at this stage, you would say. On the home stretch, 4 more wickets to go. And still another 79 runs to get. There's no point in even looking at the overs left, because at this stage, somebody's going to win. And it's going to be fairly soon.
Yeah, it's pretty dominant from Paramount here. Not to say it's a resurgence, but they have been kind of on the periphery for the last few years. So it's good to see them back into the playing high level cricket again. I think that's good for the Cayman cricket, where we don't have one team dominating year after year in and year out, but that we have a good core of teams that you never know who could win on a day. And right now, Paramount have come back into their own. Again, they are missing 1 or 2 players. They're missing Adrian Wright for sure today. So it's good that they're able to pull together and get a competitive team out there and to put on a good dominant performance here. As Tillian here comes in and has a quick single there off of a leg by.
Yeah, and to your point, Chillies are the defending champions. And so having this performance here by Paramount today shows that they are on the resurgence and that they are trying to get back their rightful position at the top of Cayman cricket in T20. Good delivery there by Eiffel. Quick single taken. And I tell you, this is quite a dominant performance today under the circumstances. You have to say Paramount has really read the situation well. So far, they have been absolutely clinical.
Oh, it's a leading edge there, and young Cardinal picks it up well.
Good to see the youngster in the field, Dahavian, and the camera zooms in on him. And he is given an opportunity. I think he's only 12 years old, actually.
That's wonderful to see out here in Cayman cricket. I know it's been a long time coming. There was a period where there weren't really any youngsters coming to the cricket, so it's good to see now that we have a vibrant youth program coming through. Even tomorrow there's the youth leagues on Sunday morning, the girls cricket on the 11s and the boys on the 11s, and the open boys competitions as well. So it's good to see that we have a lot of youngsters interested and willing to play the cricket, because as I said, there was a time when me, Darren, Corey, we were the last of a generation where it looked like we might be the last to play cricket at a youth level for Cayman. But that's a testament to what the technical director, Dave Bernard, has come in and done a fantastic job with reintegrating the youngsters into cricket. And it's good to see. Cayman cricket is such a sport that's been developed here throughout the years, that playing in our backyards, playing in the streets, is a Caribbean sport, and it's good to see that we can try to keep that tradition going and hopefully grow it. There are good things happening now with this board that we hope that the youngsters will be the beneficiaries, or us as the older generation. We've done our part, but now it's time for us to pave the way for these youngsters and to make sure that they stay interested in the cricket, because they are the future.
I could not have said that any better, Ramon. I think you've summed it up very well. I think I share your sentiments, and I am looking forward tomorrow to be at the Little Legends League with the young girls and young boys playing juniors, under 11s, under 9s. And I think you can't build a sustainable program without the youth program. So for me, and you're quite right, I was privy to see your group coming through. Some fantastic players and I think the gap is so wide since that group that we've got a lot of work to do. But seeing the young Dahavian on the pitch today with Paramount gives me great joy, and as you said earlier, it's fantastic to see. And this is the sort of progress that's been made recently in Cayman cricket. Good shot through the offside by Tillian, past the man at point. They ran 2 already. possible for third. Emil is looking for it. He's run
Oh,
halfway
should be
down the
run out.
pitch.
Will he be
Should
run
be
out?
run out. No,
Oh,
he isn't.
did it
Got
hit him?
back safely in the
Did
end.
it hit him though? If that hit him, it could be a case of obstruction.
I think
He
it's
did
very
run.
difficult to say.
You can't say that, but he did run across. He was on the left hand side of the pitch, and he ran right across to the other side. So, Paramount do have reason to be a bit upset with that because if he didn't move, he might have been run out there. As you can see there, he ran straight across.
Yes. Indeed, I think there's a case, but I think it's very difficult in the circumstances for the umpires to be sure, so they didn't bother to even challenge it. But just following up on your point earlier, I think the youth development is something that is really happening in Cayman now, and is very exciting to see. Full delivery into the onside.
Oh, will this be a run out here? Oh,
I'm not sure. It was very, very anxious moments in the middle for Chillies. Yeah, so we just continuing that point. It's fantastic to see. They saw the school program. A lot of kids excited about the sport again and playing. And for me, I couldn't agree with you more. It's just a great thing to see. We've always wanted this for so many years. And technical director, Coach Bernard, and Coach Andre McCarthy, and certainly Coach Benji, who has been a mainstay for the many years. He has put in a lot of hours on the youth.
yes, he has.
Finally, we have been able to see some rewards where we've got a lot of kids excited about playing cricket again. And what's also fantastic about this is we've got a lot of girls involved in the sport now, and ICC mandate to grow women's cricket. It's fantastic to watch even the junior girls program and to see the young ladies' technique improving and playing at the highest level at their age. And for me, that is a success indicator when we are starting to develop all areas of cricket in Cayman. So for me, fantastic to see, and kudos to the board and all those who are involved in such a fantastic venture. And we're looking forward anxiously and excited to see what the future holds for Cayman cricket.
Yeah, for sure. The girls are definitely the highlights of it for me because for years we've been holding on to some old stalwarts like Yvonne Forbes, Sheila Rankins, Judith, and all of them that have been out there really putting their hearts out, but they are getting older, so it's time that we have some young, fresh blood that's coming now. You can see them training week in, week out. Now you have young Pooja and some of the other ones that Princess that have really taken up the mantle. I think their competition should be starting sometime soon as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely a good time to be in Cayman cricket, where we can see women's cricket, youth cricket, men's cricket at a high level, and at least trying to grow the sport, where we're trying to build something that we can put out there as a product for everyone to see, and for us to grow on the global stage and put together good performances. It's definitely something that I've been aspiring to, as I said, coming up from a youngster. We want to get to that level where we can compete with the USAs, the Canadas consistently, and hopefully beat them and put Cayman on the world stage where we can get to the World Cup. So it's good to see the youngsters coming out, the women coming out, and hopefully we can just continue to grow. As Tillian plays this one into the leg side, that's another quick single. Dino's throw the ball, and they're backing up there. Will they get another one? Oh, there's another throw. Dino feels it again.
Comedy of errors. Ramon, I know this means a lot to you. Even your own daughter plays at the junior level, and so I know this means quite a lot to you, having gone through this process yourself, and what Cayman Islands means to you. I know this for a fact, and so I can hear the passion in your voice when you speak on this topic, because I know you speak firsthand about this. You've carried a lot of Cayman Islands cricket on your back for so many years as a captain, and certainly very instrumental in helping us to maintain a high level and standard on the global scene. So I know you've given a lot to the sport yourself, and so when you speak from a position where people know and believe that you mean what you say. So I agree with you. It's really great to see, and it is on us to make sure that this product called the Cayman Islands gets its rightful place in world cricket. And I tell you what was also quite interesting is recently the vice president went to Peru to the ICC Americas tournament conference, and in that conference, Cayman Islands was recognized by the ICC as one of the fastest developing nations, and certainly one of the highest performing nations in the world, not just the Americas. And we're handed the off the field on the field to the podium award from ICC for the hard work that has been put in here in Cayman. So I can hear the passion in your voice, and I know, fortunately, it's within our lifetime that we're going to be able to see Cayman Islands take its rightful place to compete with USA, Canada, and I dare say the rest of the world, and take its rightful place. So exciting times for Cayman cricket, and it's wonderful to see, wonderful to be a part of such an exciting time.
Yes, definitely. As you said, I've been there. I was here. It's a ball hit the long off, and Emil has hit it straight on into Tavan San, who's out there celebrating. Takes a very good catch here, and Mario Edwards is now also pointing at Emil. There must be some type of little fun rivalry there. Another important wicket here for Paramount. As Emil was starting to look good, starting to get into his zone, but now he's hit it, hold out off the long off, and another wicket falls to Chillies here.
And Tavan is having a fantastic game. He's taken 2 catches now. Long to go with his 2 wickets earlier in the innings. He's actually put a dent into Chillies' chase, getting rid of the 2 left-handers very early, and now taking 2 catches. Certainly having a big influence and impact on this game. Tavan, we didn't actually see much of him prior to this game, and certainly looks a very good prospect and one to watch for the future, Ramon. I think he's got some pace, certainly knows the sport, catches very well, looks to be a passionate cricketer. Excited to see him in action today, and took that catch fairly easy.
Yeah, he definitely judged it very well. As you said, he's bowled well as well. He doesn't look much running in on his run up, but when he gets to that delivery crease, he puts his effort into it and gets a lot of purchase off the ball or off of the wicket. So he has had a good game. He must be watching Jason Holo, who has been fantastic for the Gujarat Titans in the IPL so far. He's coming in and taking wickets and done fantastic. But as Mario Edwards comes in now, and Larry steps out to him, and just like Conrad White earlier, he almost takes that leg stump out. Larry's a bit ambitious here, stepping out first ball, not seeing what he's doing. He must have been practicing while he was waiting to bat.
And I tell you what, I'll go back to your earlier point. It would be interesting to see who asked Tavan who is his hero, and you draw a contrast to the very skilled former captain of West Indies cricket, Jason Holder, one of the most, to me, underrated cricketers because he's so talented and has done so much for West Indies cricket. Just great to watch him in action. Fantastic bowler, fantastic batsman, fantastic fielder. Was all-round great person as well.
Yes, for sure. You say he's underrated. I think he's underrated here in the Caribbean region, to be honest. I think a lot of people kind of hate on him for, I'm not sure why, because he's always in and around the number 1 all-around the spot. He's done well for the team when he comes in, but as you say, he bats well, he feels well, he bowls well. But here's a good moment here where young Davian, 13 years old, into the top with his leg breaks and pitches it well for the first up and gets a dot ball.
Good start there by the young man. What a fantastic moment this is. So good to see. This is why we come to cricket each day, Ramon, to see things like these, to see a youngster given an opportunity here against the defending champions. Balls are full
confident.
toss.
Will they call it for no ball? They do not. And
landed
will
safely.
They get 2?
Possibly a no ball, but must be nervous. You know, the young man, this is not an easy feat. He's only 12 years old. And to be given a ball in a big game against the defending champions, I'm sure he has some nerves, but started off well. And for us, it's just an absolute pleasure to see him giving the thumbs up there by Romario Edwards. So nice, the national player walking up to the youngster and giving him some confidence to tell him, go for it, young man.
And it's good to see he's ready to bowl again. He's looked like he wanted to rush Larry there, but Larry, being the old head that he is, has just stood him and say, wait, young fella.
Lovely.
Oh, good flight there on the ball. Good, a little bit of drift as well there.
Beautiful. Shane Warne would be very proud to watch this young man in action. Does not look phased by that full delivery earlier.
Not at all. And as I said, to come in at this moment, bowling leg break is not easy.
Oh,
and
beautiful. He's getting the ball to drift significantly.
And drop as well. He's not. Larry's trying to get to the pitch of the ball and he can't seem to get there.
He's not getting a chance to go under the ball at all.
I think he needs to reassess his approach.
That one is full again.
It's out to Ali. He takes the catch.
Into the air, takes the catch.
It's a no ball. So Ali needs to get the ball in. Yeah, there we go.
Umpire Courtney Young.
That's it, right?
Calls it a no ball. Catch taken safely by Alistair Eiffel, but
still some good bowling. We don't mind that.
We don't mind that.
As I like to break bowler, those will happen as you're young and he develops his craft. But it's good to see that he still has that fearlessness and is ready to go again.
He has the right personality to be a leg spinner. I can tell you for myself. It does not seem phased at all. That one is too full, but it's a no ball. But he cannot be stumped.
I mean, Tillian was so far down there. Could he be considered a run-out? And he goes again.
Still, I tell you what. Still want to give the youngster an opportunity here.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the old heads that they have, or they are doing now,
yes,
going to talk to him. Just
well
to
done
make
there.
Him settle him down just a little bit. The first 3 or 4 balls are pitched pretty well, so it's now up to him to find back that mark. He's now going to take over his run-up, which is a good decision here from him. So he can find that rhythm again and make sure that he's pitching his ball where he wants to pitch it.
Really nice for Romario Edwards to walk up to the youngster and let him know. Give him some confidence to bowl that delivery. Beautiful again. Good delivery. Hitting to the onside. High and handsome all the way for 6. Signal now by umpire Courtney Young. All part of the learning of the sport. The youngster just got to get up and go again and understand that this is how cricket is sometimes. But still fantastic from him. And he's just learn from this opportunity, bounce back and bowl his best delivery and finish off the over. Good delivery, much better. This young man has got some heart. And I think he's got a big future ahead of him.
Yes, for sure. For him to be able to come into this men's cricket game, I'm not showing any fear. He doesn't look like he's nervous or anything. He looks like he's saying that I belong here. And that's what you always want from youngsters. And not have a timid attitude, but to be like, yes, I need to be here with the big boys because I can play cricket at that level as well.
Well, he certainly has got some skill, and he's got an A from us for his personality and attitude and willingness to go for it. And I think this will only do him some good in the future. He looks a very good prospect, the young man.
That's for sure. I think if it wasn't a no ball, I don't know if Tillian would have been able to hit him like that. So I'm hoping that they give him another over. I know it looks like the game it's not over, but if the other bowlers can kind of supplement what he's able to do on that side, then maybe he can get another over in him at some point.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see him getting another over. I think it would be really a good moment again to just give him another chance. The more opportunities these youngsters, I know you spoke earlier about the association allowing the youngsters to play with any team once they don't have a game on, and I think that is a stroke of genius because we need the youngsters playing at the highest level more often than not. And so again today, just great to see young Dahavian coming out here and performing. Romario Edwards comes back into the attack from the far end here at the Jimmy Powell Oval. I'm sure he's going to be coming back to look to clean this innings up now with his Yorkers. He is well known for it. This is his final over. Another good delivery there by Romario. Yorker into the legs of Larry. Dugged out into the onside. Took a single. Took 2. Romario Edwards, known for his Yorkers, usually bowls from the other end quite interesting to see him bowling from that proposed school end here at Jimmy Powell. I think that might be because Conroy Wright prefers to bowl from the Jimmy Powell oval end.
I think the skipper is just trying to get a wicket here, and to clean up this tail.
Not
And
a
that's edge down to fine leg, and Alistair Ifer runs around, picks it up, and they complete 2 runs here. But yeah, I do think that the skipper is looking to try and get a wicket here, or at least build some pressure so that it's a lot easier, a little bit more easier for them to bowl some of their fringe players. They do have Conroy, they do have Alistair, if I'm not mistaken, and the captain himself can bowl as well if needed. Edwards into bowl, and that's what they were looking for. That's exactly what they were looking for. Cleans Larry up, who looks very disappointed with himself. I don't think he could have done much. Is that the game? I see both of the batsmen walking off. Is it that Chillies have
changing his glove?
Is he
but Romario Edwards again showing his class. Absolutely destroyed the stumps, and Larry has no answer to Romario Edwards. This guy can bowl.
He definitely does think his cricket. He's a wily little bowler. He knows what he wants to do when he has the ball in his hand. It's just now about execution and what the batsman can and cannot do.
Well, not many executes the Yorker as good as Romario Edwards. And I tell you what, that was well executed. It was quick. It was into the toes of Larry. And it was onto the stumps in a flash. And he had no response to Romario Edwards. And right now, it's a home stretch here for Paramount.
Yeah, the fat lady's warming up the vocal cords. She isn't quite singing yet, but she's definitely warming them up in the back here. And I think this has been a complete performance from the Paramount team. As we said earlier, the 128 that they scored was not going to be an easy total to chase down just because of the nature of the pitch and the bowling attack that they do have. And so said, so done. Chillies is finding it very difficult to get the ball off of the strike or get the ball off the wicket and to even get any runs here in a very precarious position at this moment.
Well, I heard her clearing her throat in the background. Not a good delivery by Romario. Squirted into the onside. Avian, the youngster, pick up the delivery. Again, Paramount, as you said, was looking for a wicket in this over, and they've got it. Romario Edwards, very reliable. Excellent at bowling those Yorkers. Just executes so well, those Yorkers. So it's not easy to get away, especially with an older ball. Very hard to play him. He gets them flat and quick. And in this occasion, Larry had no answer to Romario. And I think they're going to look for another wicket here.
Yeah, he's always looking for wickets. So, he wants to finish with the most wickets in the tournament. So, that's a great shot there by Tilina. Ali runs around. They're going for one. Will they come up for the second? They're trying to. The ball comes in, and they get home comfortably in the end. But yeah, Romario's was always looked to be the top wicket taker in the tournament. So, as a captain, when you give him the ball, he's going to search for those wickets. He's going to try to be a wicket taker for you and to break partnerships. So, it's always good that you have that in the back of your mind that this one bowler, he's going to give you. He's either going to go for wickets or he's going to keep it pretty tight because he also does hate giving away runs.
And while you were talking, I thought of that as well. I was like, he's not a bowler that goes for much runs anyway. But that's a direct hit. Nothing from the umpire.
Great throw there by Dino McInnes.
Throw.
A former national team cricketer as well.
Dino McInnes showing that his right arm still works. Brilliant pick up and throw. Almost running the batsman out. Still looking at the umpire precariously as if to say, I'm sure that was out. But there's no third umpire, no replays here at Jimmy Powell Oval. He has no recourse. He has to just walk to his field position and take the decision of the umpire.
Yeah, and that completes a phenomenal spell from Romario Edwards. 4 overs, 19 runs, 3 wickets. A captain can't ask for anything more than that, to be honest.
Superb by Romario Edwards. Ever reliable. And as I was going to say earlier before we saw that direct hit, he is a bowler that does not go for many runs. And then when he doesn't, he gets a lot of wickets. So he is a very good player to have in your team, and he bats very well. So certainly a prime prospect for Cayman Islands. And I tell you what, he's done the job for his captain today for sure, getting those 3 wickets for 19 runs. Penny breaking the back of Chillies after the fine work from Tavon, who picked up 2 early wickets.
They've worked well as a partnership, to be honest.
That one is through him.
And Lewis
Bowled
has
him.
got his wicket.
Absolutely cleaned him up.
Oh, man. Tilliner was looking very good here. Tries to play around one ball, misses it completely, and his off stumps his peg back.
I don't think Lewis himself knew that ball bowled the batsman.
I don't think so
we
either.
in the commentary box had no idea. But it's absolutely cleaned him up. His off stump is
Clearly,
not
he has
back.
no idea what he's bowling either.
I am pretty sure.
As a bowler, you would love that delivery. Through the gates, picking off the off stump, and another wicket here.
We have to apologize to Lewis. He didn't do any justice. Oh, fantastic delivery. But to be honest, I don't think even he knew the ball went through the batsman and hit the stumps. We didn't know it in commentary, and we have a very good vantage point. But I tell you what, that was a beautiful delivery.
Definitely was. And now it's the last wicket partnership here from Chillies. What are they going to do? Are they going to try to battle the overs, or are they going to try to just go after these runs? It's catch-22 here. Irana and Kiran, who have played cricket here in the Cayman Islands for many, many years. We see how they go about this now.
The Paramount players look fairly comfortable there. Lots of smiles, lots of laughter. They have put on a show here at Jimmy Powell Oval. Executed to perfection, played the conditions very well, put some runs on the board, and just absolutely clinical in the field. Took good catches, bowled very well from the start. Mario Edwards, Tavon up front, Alistair Eiffel coming in, Conroy Wright. I think overall,
what's going on? It's
a
a
run-out chance.
And yes, that's the end of the game here. An
What a
easy
way.
run-out chance. What was
No
Kiran
idea.
thinking? He ran down thinking it was a single on. Dennis, who's played cricket here as well a long time, cleanly picks it up, runs him out, and the game is over.
Well, what an anticlimax.
For sure.
You know, we've been treated to some fantastic bowling, but the last wicket now has fell to the run-out route. And a clinical performance here from Paramount. Needless to say, they bowled extremely well. And I want to say this was a well-executed game from Paramount team. They batted and they bowled extremely well. A full performance and excellent results for Paramount. Hard luck to Chillies. They tried hard, but in the end, Paramount were just too strong on the day. As you can see, the worm showing Paramount taking full advantage towards the latter part of the game. From over number 8, they were always in front. And the game summary will tell the story. Some good bowling from Paramount. We can see the head curator having a conversation with the umpires. And as you can see the summary here, Ramon, Alistair Eiffel will now think that his 67 off 61 was worth it. He batted valiantly for his team all the way through, carried his bat, did not give away his wicket, stuck it out, knew the conditions were tough. And even him, a very fit guy, starting to struggle at the end of his innings. Larry bowled fantastic. 17 runs, 3 wickets in his 4 overs. Good contributions from Brian and Demar Johnson. 1 wicket apiece. But Chillies had no reply to Paramount. Again, Edwards, a superb performance from him. 19 runs, 3 wickets off his 4 overs. And Alistair Eiffel, a wily campaigner.
Always reliable.
Always reliable. 3 overs, 2 wickets, only 4 runs. A full performance. And Edwards, 26 runs for his 2 wickets. That's for Tavon. He started the attack. He got rid of Sachin and started this onslaught from Paramount. Again, not much to talk about in the batting column from Chillies. Captain Demar Johnson with 16 off 12 was, and then Tillian are the only two players that got into double figures. But as it stands, Paramount has won by 50 runs. A dominant performance over the defending champions by Paramount. As I said, over the years, Paramount has been one of the premier teams in Cayman Islands, but in recent times, Chillies have seek that initiative and have been the dominant force. But today, Paramount has showed their class, Ramon.
Yeah, definitely. It was a clinical performance. You see Alistair Eiffel, that 67 looks quite important now. He's 67 from 61, which is not a very good strike rate, but he was there in T20 cricket. You want one of your top four to bat right through to the innings or as deep as possible, and he did that today, carrying his bat, as you said, which was crucial to the score that they got, which would now they were able to defend, and he played a crucial part in that defense as well.
Well, I think he summed up the conditions very well. And ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for joining us here at the Jimmy Powell Oval. Thank you for joining us for two fantastic games today. Earlier, Green is lost to West Bay, and then now Paramount dismantling the very powerful Chillies team. Fantastic day of cricket, good production, and of course Cayman Cricket wants to say a huge thanks to everyone who has joined us for this broadcast, and we look forward to seeing you on air next week. And tomorrow Little Legends League at Smith Road will be streamed live. Join us then. Have a fantastic evening. You do take care now.